As of February 2025, the war in Ukraine has been ongoing for 3 years since Russia's full-scale invasion on February 24, 2022. Today, we'll examine the state of the conflict, looking at current territorial control, the economic impact on Europe and beyond, the scale of Western investment in Ukraine, the assistance Russia is receiving from its allies, and the latest diplomatic developments, including Donald Trump's direct involvement in peace talks. First, let's look at the battlefield. Currently, Russia holds approximately 20% of Ukrainian territory, maintaining control over key regions in the east and south. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces have advanced into Russia's first region, occupying an estimated 450 square kilometers. These territorial shifts have triggered intense fighting and strategic repositioning by both sides, as neither seems willing to back down. The human cost of this conflict has been staggering. As of January 2025, estimates suggest that Russian forces have suffered more than 700,000 killed or injured and 48,000 missing. Ukrainian forces have endured approximately 400,000 casualties, with 35,000 reported missing. Civilian populations have not been spared. Nearly 12,500 Ukrainian civilians have lost their lives since the invasion began. In recent months, the intensity of combat has escalated. Reports indicate that Russia has been losing an average of over 1,500 troops per day due to intense engagements on the Ukrainian front line. This surge in casualties is straining Russia's ability to recruit and replace lost personnel, leading to concerns about the sustainability of its military operations. On the Ukrainian side, the toll is also significant, with substantial numbers of soldiers killed and wounded, underscoring the severe human impact of the ongoing conflict. Beyond the battlefield, the war has taken a heavy toll on economies worldwide. Ukraine's economy has contracted by approximately 22.6% since 2022, with a modest recovery projected at 2.5% GDP growth for 2025. The nation's budget deficit stood at 20.4% of GDP in 2024, excluding grants, underscoring the severe fiscal challenges it faces. The war has inflicted substantial damage on Ukraine's infrastructure, with estimated losses totaling $499 billion across various sectors. This devastation has led to a significant increase in poverty, affecting an additional 1.8 million people since 2022, bringing the total to 9 million individuals living below the poverty line. Internationally, the conflict has disrupted global food supply chains, exacerbating food insecurity in vulnerable regions. The reduction in grain exports from Ukraine and Russia has led to higher food prices worldwide, intensifying the global food crisis. In response to these challenges, Ukraine has received approximately $407 billion in aid since January 2022, including over $118 billion from the United States. However, concerns about donor fatigue persist, potentially impacting future support. The energy sector has also been severely affected, with significant infrastructure damage leading to widespread electricity disruptions. This has not only hampered daily life, but also posed challenges for industries and essential services, further straining the nation's economic resilience. These economic strains underscore the urgent need for conflict resolution. Meanwhile, Western financial and military aid to Ukraine remains a critical factor in the war's trajectory. The United States alone has provided approximately $175 billion in aid since the war began, while the European Union has allocated over €11 billion in military assistance. This support has allowed Ukraine to continue its resistance, but questions are mounting about how long Western governments can sustain these commitments. At the same time, Russia has been receiving support from its own network of allies. Iran has supplied drones and missiles. North Korea has contributed soldiers, artillery and ammunition, and Belarus continues to provide logistical and territorial assistance. These partnerships have helped Russia maintain its war effort despite heavy Western sanctions and battlefield losses. Recently, diplomatic efforts to end the war have taken a dramatic turn. US President Donald Trump has stepped into the spotlight, announcing that he is launching immediate peace negotiations following a highly productive phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. While the details of this conversation remain unclear, Trump's involvement signals a potential shift in how the West approaches the conflict. But what about Ukraine's future with NATO? While many in Kyiv had hoped for NATO membership as a long-term security guarantee, top US officials, including Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, have hinted that Ukraine may have to abandon this goal in exchange for peace. If Ukraine remains outside of NATO, it would significantly impact European security and could leave the country vulnerable to future aggression. Another key issue is whether Ukraine will have to cede land to Russia as part of a peace settlement. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has suggested that territory taken in Russia's Kursk region could potentially be exchanged for Ukrainian land currently under Russian control. However, Moscow has outright rejected this proposal, stating that Russian-held territories are not up for negotiation. If Ukraine is forced to concede land without securing NATO membership, it could set a dangerous precedent for future conflicts. So, what would be the long-term consequences of such an outcome? If Ukraine loses territory and is denied NATO membership, it could embolden Russia and other revisionist powers to pursue territorial expansion elsewhere. It would also raise concerns about the credibility of Western security guarantees, potentially reshaping alliances and military strategies worldwide. The conflict has already altered the geopolitical landscape, and its resolution, whatever form it takes, will have lasting implications for international relations. For now, the world watches and waits. Will 2025 bring peace, escalation, or a drawn-out frozen conflict? Only time will tell. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos.